This dream I had about the Beatles reforming the other day. Here we go. Due to a miracle marketing strategy beyond the realms of reasonable possibility, it is announced simultaneously on radio, DAT, compact disc and TV. The John, Paul, George and Ringo, they're going to be reforming as the Beatles in 1993. And things skip into action immediately. George buys the film rights in a flurry of activity, and Paul says they're not going to play Japan. Ringo cancels his 3-year chat show plan, and John, who was never the quiet one, John stays silent, rather strangely. And the world sings, when the Beatles hit America, when the Beatles hit America. It's going to be sponsored by Visa, I suppose. When the Beatles hit America, when the Beatles hit America. And lawyers start to drop large contracts involving sponsorship, t-shirt deals and Michael Jackson. And they're interviewed on live TV about management deals, on corporate responsibility and who's going to be the manager of the new Beatles. The manager is made up of clone parts of Jim and Tammy Baker, Leona Helmsley, Donald Trump, Richard Nixon, and George says he's not even going to play unless they bring the Maharishi. And the Fab Four interviewed on live TV, but for some reason, well, there's only 3. And a cardboard cutout of John with a very strange smile and no shoes on, which starts a libelous John is dead rumour, which Rolling Stone reveals is just hype for the tour. And the world sings, when the Beatles hit America, when the Beatles hit America. Sponsored by Visa and Greenpeace, you can work that one out. When the Beatles hit America, when the Beatles hit America. Well, the Who, the Stones, Drama Armour and Bros record a supergroup single at very great cost. But it's so hard to make the charts, because everyone's taken the new Beatles to heart. And from the announcement of the gig to the gig at the Chase Stadium 3 years later, every record on the top 40 on both sides of the Atlantic is written by Lennon and McCartney, except Something, which was George Harrison's only good one. And finally they get into the studio, and guess what? They're going to be co-produced by George Martin and Jeff Lynne. And Ringo is disappointed to find no one needs him anymore, except for the vibe, because he's been sampled and he's now available as part of the Great Drummers Sampled series for $9.99. And the irony is, it plays in time. Yeah, George gets Monty Python in to do the vocals. Ooh. Linda takes a lot of photos. Guess what? For a book that is sold out before she even thought of putting it out. And John, who was never the quiet one, John makes all his press contributions by quoting from his old songs in time, in tune with the backing track behind him. When they ask him how it's been in the studio, he says, "It's been a hard day's night." No one understands him, but he always was the cryptic one. When the Beatles hit America, when the Beatles hit America. And finally the record hits the shelves, and it's called The Beatles From Ourselves. And for anyone who didn't know, well, it sounded a lot like ELO, or ELP, or FYC, or even REM Speedwagon. It sounded a lot like XTC, but it didn't sound much like PSI. It certainly didn't sound much like PSI Love You. And the day before the big gig at Che, the word goes round. People are saying they're not going to play, that the whole thing's just been a big insurance scam to get the reissues selling again. A very cynical attitude. But then we're over in the stadium. We're live on TV. Over to you, Brian. The lights go down. The screaming stops. You could hear a pin drop. And suddenly there they are, all 4 of them, and I get scared if they go into. I saw her standing there. They thrash through the best set in the world, and they encore with the whole of Sgt. Pepper's in order. And they're gods, and I'm in heaven. And on the very last quarter of a day in the life, the Beatles are beamed into outer space, into a waiting spaceship, which takes them to a better place, a place where no one knows them, a place where reunions are not expected of anyone, not even the Buzzcocks. This is my dream. I bought it. I bought the product. Now I'm happy. You can believe what you like, but it happened, folks. Collapse DJ. When the Beatles hit America, when the Beatles hit America. That's what I am singing now. When the Beatles Beatles hit America, when the Beatles hit America. Oh no, not Yoko, when the Beatles hit America.